WVII Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
3 people are awaiting court action this week following a drug bust in Brewer. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Farley. 2 people were transported to the hospital Sunday after flames spread throughout their home. And it's high school basketball tournament time. We've got a live update from the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories coming up. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan. Happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across the Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Here we go. We have a small craft advisory that was expired at 10 a.m. It was in effect along the coastline. We'll be watching for more alerts to get issued, though, as we're going to keep the winds active along the coast. We've had some rain moving over the Atlantic Ocean. We have some precipitation off toward the north and west. We'll have clouds that'll be sticking around today with a mostly cloudy sky and a few scattered rain showers that could develop in a few spots as the day progresses on, especially with this system off toward the north and west. That'll be dragging off towards the south and east, so not much sunshine to be seen across the region today. But we'll be watching for the rain showers this afternoon, maybe some snow off toward the north, and some clouds that will be breaking up, especially as we head towards the overnight period into tomorrow morning. So we'll see lots of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds to start things off for your Tuesday. The winds will change directions as well, generally at about 5 to 10, even some areas up to 15 miles per hour at times, but looking pretty decent, especially as we proceed into your Tuesday. So we're today mid-40s, mostly cloudy with maybe a few rain showers, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, 18 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy out there, with that west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few rain showers, temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. All eyes are on action at the Cross Insurance Center in Bangor. That's why Ryan Sudall is. He joins us live for the update from the tournament. Ryan?
Hey, Susan, thank you very much. Yes, I'm here at the Cross Insurance Center. It is day 3 of the tourney. 2 games have already completed. First game was at 9 a.m. Early start today. It was a Girls D North quarterfinal matchup between the 4-seed Deer Isle Stonington and the 5-seed Katahdin. Deer Isle Stonington picked up that win 45-21. They'll move on to the regional semis on Wednesday to face off against number 1 seed Southern Aroostook, who beat, can't believe this, get this, they beat Ashland, the 8 seed, 62-12. 62-12, 50-piece put up by Southern Aroostook. And now, right now, the game that's getting ready to start in just a few minutes here is the first boys Class D North quarterfinal of the day between the 4-seed Bangor Christian and the 5-seed Easton. There are 5 more quarterfinal matchups going on here today across classes C and D. And, of course, we'll have all of the highlights later on in the 6 and 11 o'clock news right here on ABC 7. Susan, back.
Thank you, Ryan. 3 people are awaiting court action this week following a drug bust in Brewer. They were arrested Friday after police pulled over a vehicle on South Main Street as part of an ongoing investigation. That led them to a residence on Chambers Street, where a search warrant was also carried out. 44-year-old Jamar Lott and 43-year-old Kelly Scott have been charged with unlawful possession of drugs. Lott is also charged with refusing to submit to arrest and violation of conditions of release for previous offense. 28-year-old Justin Keith was also arrested due to a federal parole warrant in New Jersey. Brewer police say this investigation is still ongoing. The Aroostook County Sheriff's Office is looking for help in finding a missing 16-year-old girl from Woodland. Grace Donovan is 5 feet 5 inches tall and 130 pounds. She has blue eyes and dyed hair that is partially blonde on top and brown underneath. She was last seen wearing red and black plaid pajama pants and a gray hoodie with green lettering and an all-black winter jacket. If you have information about her whereabouts, you're asked to call the Aroostook County Sheriff's Office. A snowmobiler is in the hospital after crashing into a house in New Gloucester. Officials say they responded to a home on Snow Hill Road Sunday afternoon. A 35-year-old man was injured after the sled he was riding on in his yard hit a snowbank before going out of control into a house. The man was not wearing a helmet and suffered injuries to his head and neck. Game officials say they are concerned about the high number of snowmobile accidents in recent days. They say there isn't a lot of snow cover in many parts of the state, which can make the trails rough and slippery. 2 people were transported to the hospital Sunday after flames spread throughout their home in Atkinson. According to the Dover-Foxcroft Fire Department, multiple units responded to a fire at a mobile home on South Stagecoach Road Sunday morning. Several other departments were requested for water due to nearby sources being frozen. Dover-Foxcroft Fire Chief Brian Gaudet says that the homeowners were trying to thaw pipes underneath the residence using an undisclosed method when insulation caught on fire and began to spread.
This is a common thing in Maine, frozen pipes under mobile homes, and homeowners try to thaw them themselves, which I understand, and it was a complete accident, and we'll just have to, go from there.
2 people were reportedly injured in the fire and were transported to Northern Light Mayo Hospital for treatment. 1 pet was lost and other pets on the property were injured. Gaudet says the home is not in a livable condition, but the severity of the damage has not yet been determined. The Dover-Foxcroft Fire Department plans to reach out to the fire marshal's office as a routine procedure. Saturday afternoon, multiple fire departments responded to a residential fire. According to Fire Chief Josh Lilly, firefighters found a working fire on the first floor of the home upon arrival. Lilly says that firefighters extinguished the fire in minutes. There were no reported injuries. Responding agencies included Glenburn, Corinth, Bradford, and Charleston fire departments. The chief says there's no need to investigate the incident any further.
It's pretty cut and dry that the fire started at the pellet stove and went from there. We want to just stress the importance of smoke detectors. Smoke detectors save lives, as shown time and time again.
He says the home is still livable but may require significant repairs. Following Thursday's Maine Supreme Judicial Court ruling, the corporation behind a proposed salmon farm has one more barrier to face in its attempt to set up shop along Penobscot Bay in Belfast. A.J. Douglas talked with a local leader about why the city is behind the project.
A dispute over property ownership was decided Thursday in Maine Supreme Court after a justice decided Jeffrey Mabee and Judith Grace are the true owners of a stretch of intertidal land. The decision could bring a halt to Nordic Aqua Farm's persistent attempts to develop a salmon farm along Penobscot Bay. I spoke with the mayor of Belfast to learn why city officials support the project.
Creation of jobs. I think the original build out was estimated to be around $500 million over time, which would be enormous tax relief for our citizens. I think it's been very important to me and the council throughout this 5-6 year period and ongoing that we maintain our end of the bargain.
After Mabee and Grace were ruled the rightful landowners, their attorney, Kim Irvin Tucker, says the legal matter is simple.
It doesn't matter how wonderful the city council in Belfast think this project is. If my clients do not want this project on their land, they have an absolute constitutional right to deny Nordic the right to take their land for that purpose.
Conservation protections were granted by Mabee to Upstream Watch and later assigned to Friends of Harriet L. Hartley Conservation Area to preserve the land where Nordic wants to build. Furthermore, court documents state the original deed outlines that land must be used for residential purposes only, preventing any construction for business purposes.
The Nordic wanted to dredge a giant 30-foot wide, 10-foot deep trench through the intertidal land to put these pipes.
The Belfast City Council is seeking to continue moving forward with Nordic Aqua Farms despite the ruling.
The council voted in August of 2021 to exercise something that is called eminent domain, which is used for public good.
Tucker says the city's attempt to use eminent domain to acquire the property does not apply in this particular dispute.
Take their land for a public purpose, like a school or road or something, but they can't take land to give to Nordic to put its pipes.
A.J. Douglas, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the state has lots of unclaimed property. We'll tell you how to find out if some of it belongs to you after the break.
I'm Phil Levesque, president of Levesque Business Solutions. We're a family-owned Maine business since 1963. We're your one-stop shop for great office products at affordable rates. From copiers to office furniture to PPE, we've got it all warehoused right here in Bangor. We're your local small Maine business with a dedicated staff providing honest and friendly customer service, top-of-the-line tech support, and the option of in-house leasing. Let us help you get back to business.
If you've been injured in a serious accident, the insurance company is not your friend. Don't accept their low-ball offer. Make the call to a fighter, a serious law firm with the knowledge and experience to know what your case may really be worth. Go after every dollar you are entitled to. Tell the insurance company you mean business. Call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Maine lawyers working for Maine people.
Best wishes to the Brewer Witches from Coach House Restaurant. Homemade meals, homemade desserts, now serving pizza, eat in or take out. Good luck to all our area basketball teams from Maine Highlands Federal Credit Union. Find us at mhfcu.com. And good luck to all the area high school basketball teams from Cat Tracks LaGrange, your dealer for Hewitt Docks and Grasshopper lawnmowers.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Julia Muncy was recently appointed president and CEO for the Maine State Chamber of Commerce. Muncy will be the first woman to hold that position. A.J. Douglas sat down with Muncy, who says she's excited to partner with business owners and legislators in hopes of growing Maine's economy.
Do you have any ideas at all or goals when it comes to recruiting and assisting businesses with that recruiting aspect?
Well, I think what's really exciting is that this issue of workforce is something that's on the governor's radar screen. It's on the Department of Economic and Community Development radar. We've got so many different organizations across the state working, and I think if we can sort of come together with a vision of how we can attract people and encourage them to be in business, we will make some progress. The one good thing is Maine, over the past 3 years, has really been identified as a place that people want to move to. They want to live here, and they want to work here.
The governor has declared February 20th through the 27th as Maine Unclaimed Property Week. While it's not a recognized holiday, the state treasurer says it is a good chance to find out if you have money coming and you didn't realize it. Treasurer Henry Beck says every year tens of millions of dollars go unclaimed by Maine residents.
Whether it's uncashed checks or dormant bank accounts or insurance refunds, it goes unclaimed and it comes to our office. And so all year round, but especially this week, we want to get the word out and get people back their money.
The state is currently holding over $300 million in unclaimed property. To find out if some of it may belong to you or someone you know, go to maineunclaimedproperty.gov. Acadia National Park is getting nearly $33 million to build a new maintenance facility. The funding was awarded through the Great American Outdoors Act. Nickerson O'Day of Brewer has been awarded the contract to build the new facility that will be located at McFarland Hill headquarters in Bar Harbor. Unsound park structures that currently exist will be demolished. The new maintenance operations complex includes storage, shops for working, restrooms, and a fuel station. If you're thinking about buying a used car, you might want to do it now. We'll tell you why when we return.
Find meaningful work in direct care, like Justin, who works with people who are brain injured in a residential care facility.
Make sure you're compatible, because if you're going to be a DSP, you want to do it because you want to and enjoy it, not for a job. The right personality and character traits, in my opinion, to be a DSP is kind, caring, outgoing, and understanding.
Visit mainjobs.care/WFVX to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable. Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions.
Every night is pizza night at Dragonfire Pizza. From wings, salads, and sides to our specialty wood-fired pizzas. You'll find everything you need to satisfy any craving by the slice or by the pie. A little slice of heaven is waiting for you at Dragonfire Pizza, Mill Mall, Ellsworth.
Dedication, teamwork, and passion drives you on the court. Coastal Auto Parts' 29 locations in Maine will get you to the moment that matters. It's tourney time. Let's get up and go.
We so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS and Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The RS family of Chevy SUVs, definitely worth a follow. Drive yours away this President's Day. Current qualified non-GM lessees can get this Equinox for $269 a month. Or current competitive owners can get $1,750 total cash allowance when you purchase.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
It's the biggest sporting event in Eastern Maine.
A tradition like no other.
We followed your high school teams all season long.
And no station will have better basketball coverage.
ABC 7, your home for the Maine High School Basketball Tournament.
Now we turn to the toxic train derailment in Ohio and several new developments, including a new demand from the Transportation Secretary. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
This morning, the Biden administration with a new warning to the train company at the center of the derailment disaster in Ohio as concerns grow about the train's toxic chemicals.
I think we just need more data on what people are being exposed to.
In a letter to Norfolk Southern, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg warning the company must demonstrate that you will not seek to supercharge profits by resisting higher standards that could benefit the safety of workers and American communities.
I'm here to support the community.
In a visit this weekend, the CEO said he's deeply sorry and promised to, quote, do the right things. A Norfolk Southern train derailed more than 2 weeks ago, igniting a fire that burned for days, prompting officials to carry out a controlled explosion. The NTSB now says 11 of the derailed cars were carrying hazardous material, one more than previously reported. In a Facebook update last night, East Palestine's mayor wrote the cleanup is going well, but warned it will be ongoing for the foreseeable future.
I will never be comfortable in my home.
Shelby Walker says her family has suffered from eye infections, sore throats, and headaches.
My kids will never go play in our backyard again, which makes me very sad. Now it's never going to be safe for them, in my eyes.
The EPA has said the air and water is safe, but experts say the monitoring equipment may not provide enough information, saying the fire and explosion could have formed dioxins, which can cause cancer.
The monitoring equipment that they're using to determine things that are safe doesn't give us chemical specificity. It doesn't tell us what chemicals are present. It just says they're below some level.
Ohio Senators J.D. Vance and Sherrod Brown have co-authored a letter calling for the EPA to monitor dioxins in the area.
Support is pouring in for former President Jimmy Carter as he undergoes hospice care. Carter is now resting at his house in Plains, Georgia, after choosing to no longer seek life-prolonging medical treatment. He was elected the 39th president in 1976. It was a critical time in U.S. history in the wake of the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal, which forced then-President Nixon out of office 2 years earlier. Many say Carter's decades of charity work are his greatest contribution. The former president celebrated his 98th birthday in October. His family is by his side. Used car prices are expected to rise. Despite a steady decline in used car prices, there has been a rapid increase in used cars sold at auctions in the previous weeks. Software company Cox Automotive reported a 4% rise in increase in price in roughly 2 weeks. This breaks a streak of slightly lower used car prices we've been seeing since the middle of 2022. Everyone should be able to access autism resources if they need them, but researchers found they're not universally available in the United States. With more, here's ABC's Ika Jachi.
Where you live might impact the type of autism programs and care you're able to get for your child if they need it. Researchers at Stanford University mapped out the locations of clinics, specialists, and other resources. They found clear disparities in access to these resources. Autistic children from many minority groups had access to fewer autism resources compared to white autistic children in the United States. Areas where more than half of the autistic children were black and Hispanic had significantly fewer resources. In places where most autistic children were white, the resources were more abundant. Such disparities show the need to increase resources and close gaps. With this Medical Minute, I'm Ika Giacchi.
And when we return, Devin Biggs will have your 5-day forecast.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home and a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Bangor Floral is your perfect destination this February. Since 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful Valentine's Day gifts for almost 100 years. Featuring new colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets that have warmed hearts for generations. We also strongly support the Buy Local movement by purchasing directly from local farms and suppliers. Bangor Floral, 332 Harlow Street. Experience a flower shop like no other this February.
Good luck and have fun to all area schools in the basketball tournament from Prouty Auto Body. Best wishes to all area schools in the tournament from Color Concepts, 840 Hammond Street, Bangor. Good luck to all schools in the surrounding area from Gilman Electrical Supply, Newport.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care in Brewer is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you. Apply today.
An annual tradition celebrates its 5th year in Skowhegan. That's where people were having lots of winter fun during the annual Snowfest celebration. Our David Ledford has more.
After kicking off on Friday, the Somerset Snowfest slid into its first round of activities Saturday morning. The 10-day event is filled with wacky winter fun, including a downhill kayak race and a Mainer's take on the traditional cornhole game. However, organizers say the celebration supports the community beyond its traditional festivities.
The Snowfest is really to help support our locally owned businesses. We're really excited to bring people to town who will spend money locally at a time during the season when it's kind of a little slower than it was previous to the holidays or during the summer. This is a great start to Snowfest, and I think that it's going to be one of our best years yet.
The event is a collaboration between Main Street Skowhegan and Lake George Regional Park, with Hite family of dealerships taking the spot as the lead sponsor. Bigelow Brewing and Baxter Beer Company joined forces to create an original Snowfest beer specifically for the festival.
I'm excited. I guess I'm no longer an amateur because there was prize money. I'm thrilled to be here. I will make sure to put it in my calendar for next year as well.
Saturday's ice hole game was met with excited cheers from participants as they tried to land a winning score. Organizer Jason Cook explained some of the history behind the unique competition.
It started out as a
just a group of ice fishermen friends just out there throwing rocks in holes, and turned into a more organized game with some rules and real hardware. I feel great, man. This is it's a great day. It's a fun time for everybody.
The festival will wrap up its multi-day run on February 26th with a triathlon and kite flying at Lake George. In Skowhegan, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A shuttered pub in Ellsworth has been brought back to life in the form of a movie set for an adaptation of a Stephen King short story. In August 2022, Finn's Irish Pub in Ellsworth closed after 13 years in business. Since then, owners Paul Markosian and Lorena Stearns have been looking for a buyer to take over the business. Maine-based filmmaker David Juster reached out to Markosian, asking if he could use the pub to film a scene in his adaptation of Stephen King's One for the Road.
We were happy to be able to provide the space. It was sitting there unused. They came in with his crew. They decorated the whole the front area of the restaurant. It has this really cool dining car in there, and they put up Christmas decorations because the movie is set during Christmas time, and it looked beautiful in there. They did a great job.
The short film is a product of Stephen King's Dollar Baby program, which allows filmmakers to request the rights to a Stephen King story for just $1. The Trust to Conserve Forest Lands has announced that 15 logging firms in Maine, New York, and Vermont have achieved Master Logging Certification. The certification comes after meeting rigorous standards for professionalism and attention to detail. Master loggers in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont can receive reduced workers' compensation insurance costs.
Master loggers are shown to be safer than other logging contractors, and so we also have a discounted loan program through several banks here in Maine with the Maine Forest Service. That's also another benefit. So there's multiple benefits, and we want to increase, find more as we go, and also increase the awareness and outreach of the program so people recognize them for their high level of professionalism.
Now let's check your forecast with our weather master, Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, here we go. We had a small crowd advisory in effect earlier this morning. It was dropped at 10 a.m. We'll have to see the issue another alert, though, because the gusty winds will continue through the afternoon period. And wave heights have been active for a while yet, too, at around 4 to 7 feet. So we'll see if they do extend something along the coast as we do proceed forward. We have clouds that are moving through at this point. Some rain showers over the ocean earlier. We'll be watching our next system off to the north and west that will be moving through, giving us a few rain showers, maybe a few snow showers further off towards the north with this cold front right about in here, located right about in here. You see that right there? That's going to be moving in from the west going toward the east and a little bit to the south and east as well. And that'll give us the rain showers this afternoon before even that starts to break up later on tonight. So Futurecast showing those few rain showers and maybe some snow off toward the north today. We'll see the clouds breaking up overnight tonight. So overall, a partly cloudy sky. And then we'll watch for a lot of sunshine as we start things off for you Tuesday with maybe a few passing clouds with increasing clouds possible, especially as we head towards Tuesday night before chances for snow begin to move in. And that could accumulate just a little bit. We're around 1 to 2 inches with locally higher amounts could fall in a few spots. Here's a general idea, around 1 to 2 inches possible, maybe some locally higher amounts further off towards the east before we're all finished up. So nothing too ridiculous before we're all finished up there. But again, later this week, we'll be watching for more precipitation moving in. We're going to backtrack, though. Here's that same system I just showed you. This is Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. This will be a quick mover. And then we'll be watching another system now will begin to move in. This one could cause some significant snow in some parts of the state before we're all finished up, starting Thursday morning and pretty much continuing even in the parts of Friday morning as well before it starts to back off by Friday afternoon. But the clouds also holding on as we move forward. So for today, mid-40s, not bad, mostly cloudy, but a few rain showers out there. And a south wind only at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. By tonight, upper teens, partly cloudy and breezy. The winds pick up, with the west wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour in a few spots. Looking ahead towards tomorrow, mid-30s, partly cloudy, not bad out there. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour, so the winds will be backing off. Here's a look at your extended forecast. For partly cloudy by Wednesday with highs in the mid-30s. Snow chances move in again as we head towards your Thursday. This may accumulate, highs falling back into the middle teens, and we'll keep the snow going Friday with highs also in the upper teens.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening on ABC 7 News at 6.
The roar of the crowd, the excitement in the stands, The dedication, passion, and teamwork on the court, driven by the love of the game. From the visions that lead us, the feelings that inspire us, to the roads that bring us together, Coastal Auto Parts, 29 locations in Maine, will get you to the moments that matter most. Get what you need to keep you firing on all cylinders when you sign up for Napa Rewards. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
You're watching ABC 7.